Hi everybody, Jake here. Welcome to the video, welcome to the channel. If you're new, it's another episode of Lille Legends, the second episode of Season 5. And we've got a fair bit to go into today, from general club developments to transfers that have gone on since the last video. We played the whole of the Champions League Group 2, so of course we have the final match in a Champions League group against Atletico Madrid. We'll get into what that match could potentially mean in a little bit, but it's definitely going to be a good test for us to see where we're at. Before we get into today's video though, I just want to say a big thank you, and I know I say this in every episode, but a couple of days ago, I got a message from YouTube, an email to say that my channel is now eligible for the YouTube Partner Program, which means that my channel is now monetized. We weren't there originally because even though we had the subscribers that you now need, which is 1,000, you also need 4,000 watch hours, and that took a while to get there. But because you guys have been killing it with views recently and retention and all of that stuff, we've actually got there. It took about 2 days for my channel to get checked, and just today I found out that it's been approved, so the channel is now monetized, which is awesome. It's not going to make any money really. It's going to, like, I logged on and it said like 3p I've made, which is nothing, but it doesn't matter to me. It's just such a cool achievement. I don't think I'd get here, and who knows what it could mean in the future. But yeah, massive thank you to you guys for your support, and if you want to keep that up, then if you could hit the like button on today's video, that would be awesome. If we can aim for 50 likes, that would be great, and if we can keep going once you see it at 50, then yeah, you guys are legends, I know you are. Drop a comment down below who you think is going to win this match, Atletico Madrid or Lille. Let me know what you think of the Euros at the minute as well, who's impressed you, who you're disappointed in. And yes, subscribe if you haven't already, that would be awesome if you could do that, and ring the notification bell. We are currently on, at the time of recording, about 2,360 subscribers roughly. If we can get to 2,400 soon, that would be great. So if you have been watching the series and you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, there's no harm in doing so. You don't lose out, and you can change your mind later down the line should you want to. But plenty to get into today. I think we may as well start with the transfers. You last saw us in a transfer window where we still had some money to spend. We needed a backup right back because we had just sold Mukiel for like 30 million at the time that I recorded that video. We have gone and bought two people in, so we'll start off with those players. We brought in Joshua Wagnerman at right back. I bought him in. I know he's not great. I know he's not the world's best player, but we needed someone who would be comfortable to be a backup player. And he also is useful in the fact that he can play a variety of positions should we ever need him. He's not going to play all that often. It's just to give Emerson, who is by far our first choice right back, he's been awesome this season, it's just to give him a break when we play the smaller teams. He can also play at centre back if he needs to. He joins us from Bayern Munich. He's been a Football Manager Wonderkid for a few years. Actually, he starts off at Hamburger apparently. Bayern Munich picked him up for about £20 million. He didn't get used all that much, and then we bought him in for about £20 million, as you can see. Played 6 times, got 2 assists against the easier teams, but he is a decent backup, and £20 million for a player who's now valued at more than that, I think is a good deal, and he should serve us as someone who's going to be happy to be a squad player, which is very important. As good as it is to have quality in every single area, if we had two players who just really wanted to play right back, chances are one gets upset, then you get a bit of discontent in your squad, and things start going wrong, and we'll see that with a player that we're going to look at in a few minutes. But yeah, Joshua Wagnerman. I then had a little bit more money spare, so I thought, why not just improve our youth prospects coming through? And we found this Wonderkid, who is a superstar. It's Nicholas Confalinieri. I'll work on that. It's the first time I've had to say it out loud. But he came into us on our report as a left back. I thought, he's not my kind of left back. You know, he can't cross. I use a wing back on that side. We've got Sasuke and Aaron Martin. But then I hit the centre back button, which he wasn't actually natural in when we first signed him. And I just checked his attributes there. I realised he was 6'6", either footed, was really good at playing it out the back, had great jumping reach fitness and balance alongside some great pace and strength. He's really tall, good in the air, good mentally, and yeah, this guy is a superstar in my opinion, an Italian 19-year-old centre-back. He was 18 when he joined us. He's got plenty of potential, £13 million from Inter Milan, and he's been very good when he's played for us at the back. It basically means him and Tiny Cox are our two centre-back backup options. We're not really using them Titi all that much. If I could take his signing back, I would do, but we're at that level now as a team where we can have quality players that don't get used at all. We're financially very stable, even with all that money spent in the summer. What was it? We spent 267 million and sold 237 million worth of players, and still have 76 million in the bank. And I believe the board are increasing the stadium as well, which cost them £40 million to do. So we're definitely a financially well-off club, and that was the transfers we bought in. But a few things I want to talk about just quickly. Our highest average match rating has always gone to Aaron Martin recently. In recent seasons, he's been brilliant. But Sasuke, as a left-back option, like we said in the previous video, he had 55, £60 million offers from some of the biggest clubs in the world. He's currently interested by Barcelona and Bayern Munich, so we've definitely got a star in our hands. 19 years of age, 3.5-star player, potential to be one of the best left-backs in the world for sure. My kind of left-back too. He's quick, and he can also put a good cross in, and he's strong mentally. He is the perfect package, and I think he will replace Aaron Martin sometime soon. He's been brilliant for us this season. He doesn't offer the same forward threat and defensive threat that Aaron Martin does. So in them two places, he does need to improve. But if we just do a quick comparison, you can see that in the majority of areas, he's doing okay. Aerially, of course, he's doing better. Technically, he's doing better. Physically, he's better. And speed, he's better by quite a bit. It's under my head, but it's speed 16 for Sasuke and speed 14 for Aaron Martin. The places where he lacks is attacking by a tiny bit, vision by a tiny bit, which isn't a big deal, and his defending. But, you know, Aaron Martin at this point, you can't really drop him. He's still a 4-star player. But Sasuke is a very capable backup, and we'll be looking at using him a bit more often. So our team is doing very, very well in every position. We're doing awesome, as you can see by the league. 44 points, 17 games played. It's been a closer league season this year. Probably we took our foot off the gas a little bit towards the start. We drew 2 games and lost 1. That loss was to PSG, which of course means a lot in our league table. But overall, we're doing pretty well. If we look at our scores as well, if anyone wants to pause it, recently we've just been banging in the goals. We've lost a couple games here and there. Actually, no, lost 1 game and drew 2, but it's been a great season for us so far. I say taking the foot off the gas just because we've drawn 2 and lost 1, but that's just how it is. We can't afford to drop points in this league when PSG are there with the team they've got. But you will notice we have already qualified in first place from this Champions League group, so this game is just going to be a tester. We've beat every team in this group. We've now got Atletico Madrid away, I believe it was, which is going to be our hardest test in this group. And I think we can win it, but I just want to use this game to see where we are in terms of our level. We're going to be playing our full strength squad, and something that is quite interesting, our full strength squad no longer includes Matthias Arezzo. When we originally started this save and he came in, I thought, and I think I actually said it out loud, when we win the Champions League, which will be the end of this series, I thought Arezzo would be the man, he'd be the star striker for years to come. And as of last season, I would have been happy with that. But Celso Jung has came in. We signed him for just over £10 million. He's now worth nearly 40. He's a great player in so many aspects of his game, and he's been scoring goals for fun. Arezzo, on the other hand, yes, he's been scoring, but he's out injured quite a bit. He's still really disappointed that he didn't get to leave to Hertha of all places. So I don't know what the future lies for Arezzo. I think if he's fit, he still starts ahead of Celso Jung, but it's not a big deal when he's out of the team, which a couple of seasons ago it would have been crucial if he'd been missing. So I don't really know what we're going to do there. If we did get a big offer, maybe he'd go. I don't think anyone's interested in him enough that we'd sell him. Like these 2 clubs here, we've got a Chinese club who maybe they'll offer a lot of money, but I doubt he'll want to go. Hertha have got some minor interest, and Monaco want to take him on loan, which I'm just not going to let happen. So yeah, Arezzo, what do we do with him? Let me know in the comments. Is he done for? To be honest, I think it's a good problem to have. We're going to have 2 very good strikers battling it out for that forward spot. And speaking of that forward spot, we'll talk about who we've got in there today. So our team today is Anthony Massi in goal, who's had a pretty good start to his career as the Lille goalkeeper. He's not been standout, but he's done perfectly fine in the games that he's played. We've got Emerson at right back, Ahmed Hozic and Todibo as the 2 centre-backs. Ahmed Hozic apparently has interest from Barca and Emerson from Tottenham. Todibo and Aaron Martin at the back, as I did say. We've got Sanchez and Cousins in the midfield, Anthony, Aouar, Barrow and Jung as the forward line. Now, Aouar has been really, really good for us, surprised by how well he has done. He's been an awesome player, and he's playing there ahead of Bruno today, and someone who I might potentially move on in a window. I don't think it'll be this one, just because no one's really that interested. But Almada, his time might be up. He's a good player, but we're not using him enough for the kind of caliber player he is. We could potentially get quite a lot of money for him, because he's still fairly young. And I just don't see too much of a place for him in our team. Then we've got some other players on the bench who can hopefully have an impact should we need them. So with that being said, guys, let's get straight into this game against Atletico Madrid. Hopefully we get a win, and then we can look at who we could potentially get in the next round of the Champions League. Could this be our year when we finally win it? I think it could potentially be. If we miss out, we've still got a very good squad to build upon, but I think this year we've got a squad where we should be expecting to get into them semi-final, final kind of areas, and hopefully win it. Okay, and we are off here, guys, in the game. Just to let you guys know, I say it all the time, there's a link to a Discord in the description. It's got near enough 100 members now. If we can get to 100 soon, that would be great. Some people just giving their tips on Football Manager, sharing like Wonderkids that they've found that other people could potentially buy in their saves. It's just a really nice community, and I'm really thankful to anyone who is in a Discord. Thank you for making it such a nice place. No issues in there just yet, and everyone's really helpful, and it's a very nice community. But very early on there, we give Atletico Madrid a very good chance, and it was very high XG as well, so they would have been expected to score that. He's hit it just wide of the post for the Atletico Madrid player. And what kind of team have they got? Oh, this is something quite interesting. You might recognise their striker's name, Simeone. Now, if we look at Atletico Madrid, their manager is still Diego Simeone, as it is in real life, but he's gone and bought his son to play up front for him, and he's actually done a decent job for Atletico Madrid. I only noticed because if you actually look, it does say father, Diego Simeone. He scored against us in the last game, and I was like, surely that's not a coincidence. And it looks like Diego Simeone is a bit biased there, and they could definitely do with a better striker at Atletico Madrid. But you know, they're still a very good team in La Liga. They're not up there with Barcelona and Real Madrid as we saw in the competition last season. They were both around in the semi-final, final kind of areas and had very, very good squads. Atletico Madrid definitely not at that kind of level, but they've still got a pretty solid squad, as they always will do. A couple of early chances for Atletico Madrid early on, and we haven't done too much. Someone who I will talk about in a second is involved in this build-up play, as we could potentially score a goal. There's two people I want to talk about. Antony was a big money signing, £70 million as an inverted winger on that right wing from Ajax. He's not been great for us, to be honest. I'm not ruling him out yet because he's still got plenty of time to settle in the team and really get into the rhythm of it all, but he hasn't had the impact I thought he would do. He scored a couple of times and that's it, but someone who's done the exact opposite, someone who I wasn't expecting much of when we originally signed him quite early on, Moussa Barrow, has just gone from strength to strength at this club. He must have scored like 7 goals in that inside forward position from across from the right where he heads it in. He always does that. That's like his specialty, and he has been awesome for us. And he's genuinely, if I look at the squad, I think he's the one who's going to get a winning goal in the Champions League final right now. That's just how good he is for us. Really happy with his performances. And we go into half time after, you know what, it's the old away leg thing that I really haven't been thinking about too much. In so many of our away legs in the Champions League, we fail because I don't change the tactics and we just go with what we like to play, because that's what I've done in so many years in Football Manager. I keep the tactic the same but build the squad good enough that we can beat anybody on our day. But it seems like it's not working on this one. I mean, away, every time we play a team away, we struggle, and Atletico Madrid here are dominating the match, and we've definitely got a way better squad than them. So I want to see better from us. I want you guys to see Celso Jung in game, because he's been a very good striker for us recently, real good dribbler of the ball. So hopefully we can see someone getting involved up front for us today. Here is Todibo though, Ahmed Hozic at the back to Aaron Martin, Cousins. Oh, it's been given away. Aaron Martin hasn't impressed me all that much this season. Just makes me want to play Sasuke even more. But you know, Aaron Martin has got the quality to have them big game moments. So hopefully that's just a little slip from him there. But the highlight has continued, and it is us on the ball. So hopefully it will be a little attack. But we're playing it around a bit too much for my liking. Massey with a very good ball out to Barrow. He's not a sweeper keeper, Massey. He's more of a goalkeeper. Just a normal goalkeeper duty, no sweeper keeper. That was a very good pass from him. And Barrow comes close. We do have a corner here. Cousins whips it in. It's headed away as far as Barrow. Barrow does look like the main threat for us today, and he has scored. I'm telling you, this guy is the guy for us. I didn't even know he existed in real life football. I didn't know he was like a thing in Football Manager, really. But when our scouts picked him up, I just looked at him and I thought he'd make a good inside forward, and he really has done since he's joined us. He's been incredible in terms of the performances that he puts in. We'll take a quick look at him actually. What has he actually been like since he signed for us? Because in my eyes, he's been insane. He could definitely be a very good striker with them attributes, but we just use him inside forward on that left-hand side. He's valued at so much money now as well, the Gambian. We bought him from Bologna for £21 million, and since then he's just gone. Yeah, look, the goal record for him on that left side is insane. He's been such a good player for us, and he continues to do it. He continues to score the big, important goals, and that's the most important thing in football. Who cares if you score when we're 5-0 up against, FC Metz? We want him to score in big games like this, and he's done it here today. Morata has came on for Atletico Madrid, though. He's going to be a bit more of a threat, I'd imagine, than Simeone was. He's gone all the way, and Massey makes a big save there. He's been good for us in goal. I said he hasn't been standout. This is a game where he's probably looked at his best. I mean, he's at a 7.2. I haven't seen him perform this well before. Very happy with that, but we are going to have to make some subs because it looks like Sanchez is dead out on his feet in the midfield there. But we have got a highlight before I can do so. Sanchez to Anthony. Can we see anything from him today? Like I say, the Brazilian hasn't been all that impressive, and there's another example of it there. I don't really know what he's good at. He should be good at loads of stuff, but he's just not, and it's caused us a goal here, actually. Good play by Atletico Madrid afterwards to counter-attack and play it through, but that's all on Anthony for the way he's played. I brought him in to replace Akone, but when Akone comes on, he doesn't really put a foot wrong. Maybe we need to play Akone more often. I mean, maybe Anthony just has got to be the backup to him. It looks like he's coming off a 6.4 isn't good enough from him. We're going to bring Akone on. We'll take Sanchez off for... Ooh, what can we do here, actually? We'll bring on Bruno, put Bruno here, drop Uar back. We're going to keep Cousins on just out of necessity, really. And off the bench, I just want to try Sasuke. I think he could do something for us here. So that's the team we're going to use to hopefully see out the game in the next 30 minutes and get another goal. Okay, here we go. Last 30 minutes. Atletico Madrid really should be winning this match. XG, they've dominated. And I always say this, but please do let me know. We're now a monetized channel. I guess that makes it more professional on here. I don't know. But if you can think of any way how you'd like me to improve these videos, whether it's make them longer, whether it's to, adjust my camera, improve a certain piece of equipment, maybe you don't like my mic sound or something like that, do let me know so I can try and improve it. Everyone's has been enjoying the content by the looks of it recently, but I'm always open to criticism if you have any. Sasuke now, I brought him on to have an impact. Can you do something on this left-hand side? Pulls it back to Bruno. Bruno goes out to Emerson. Emerson's been very good for us, very solid at right back recently. Is he going to have any kind of involvement here at the end? Ikone, another one that we've brought on off the bench. Why has he just left the ball like that? Okay, he's won it back. I'll let him off there because he just let him have it. Awful shot from him though. That's one of the things that we always had a problem with Ikone. He's got good finishing, but he just always wild. Every shot he has is wild, and it looks like we're going to get a 1-1 draw here. Would have been nice to continue our 100% winning streak in the Champions League group stage this season. I say this, there is one more highlight, it looks like, before the game is over. I hope we don't lose. I'd rather have a draw. As much as I want the winning streak, I'd rather draw. Sasuke, though, getting in there very quickly. That's what he has over Aaron Martin, his height and his physicality and his speed. All of that stuff does play into his favour and is very important in the current match engine in Football Manager. And for that reason, just for his physicals, it makes me want to start him over Aaron Martin just because of how quick he is. And he's obviously taller too. His highlight's gone for quite a while, but Barrow does have it now in a dangerous position. Oh, I was praising him so much, he's just given it away to Simeone. Good save again, Massey. Massey's had a great game. He should be man of the match for us. On a 7.6 now. I believe the highlight's continuing because we're basically at the end of the match, so it's just going to keep going to a final whistle. But I'm happy to be proved wrong if Bruno can create a chance here. He's great dribbling from him. Played it all the way back to Emerson. I would assume this will be it, but we'll just keep watching in case. Uar. He's got a good chance to put the ball in. Again, it's been given away, and yeah, I was right. It was just continuing because it was the end of the match. We'll take a draw, I guess. If this was a knockout tie, we'd take an away draw because we can beat them at home. Yeah, I probably need to have a... I always say it, but I've got like 3 tactics loaded up. Actually, I'll show you them. I'll show you the tactics that we've got. I just never really change it. Let's just get out of this bit so we can have a look at them. 16 points we finished off in the group. I think that's a pretty good group stage. Before we do look at the tactics, let's look at who we have potentially in the next stage of the Champions League. So if we have a look at all the groups, here we go. Qualifying from Group B, we've got Liverpool and Inter. The only one we can possibly play there is Inter, as we finished as top seeds. Bayern Munich and Man City coming out of that group. That's a good group. We're likely going to get... Oh, I'd rather have Bayern Munich than Man City, to be honest. In Group D, you've got Real Madrid and Atalanta. I'd happily have Atalanta in the next draw. The same with Valencia. Dortmund now out. Juventus going through as top of that group, although Valencia seem to have done pretty well. Chelsea have qualified at their group. Ajax not yet fully qualified, but it looks like it should be them. Barcelona could potentially be out if it continues in this way, which I'd be very happy with. I wouldn't mind playing AC Milan. Basically, if we can avoid Man City in the next draw, I'd be happy. I'd play Benfica too if we could. Very interesting if Barca do go out because they were so good last season. Real Madrid are the ones I'm really worried about. You can see they've had a great start to their Champions League campaign yet again. They're the past winners of it. They've got a very good squad. I think they're the team to beat. Great squad they've got there. But yes, the tactics, before we go, I'll quickly show you what we've got. So if we go here, this is a tactic that we have been using and we use constantly. We have potentially a counter-attacking tactic if maybe in an away game in a Champions League against a team that we shouldn't beat. We can try and deploy this and see how it works, but I don't just want to use it without testing it out in a game where it makes sense. But it's not like the Premier League where you always have a big game in the Premier League where you can test something. We don't have that in Ligue 1. I play PSG like twice a season, and even then I think we're a lot better team than they are, so it's hard to really test ourselves in that way. And then we have a 4-2-3-1 again, but I've just got a tiki-taka one. I had no tactic loaded here, so I thought why not try tiki-taka and see if it works better than the Gegenpress system. I don't think it will, but the potential is there to try it out. So that are the tactics that we're using potentially, and I guess we'll bring it back next for the round of 16 or quarter-final. If the round of 16 is somewhat easy and we do really well in the first leg, I'll just move on to the quarters and I'll see you there. But yeah, what do you think of the signings that we brought in? What do you think of the team? Where can we improve? Where can I improve the videos? All of that stuff. Feel free to let me know down in the comments. I really like engaging with you guys. It's one of my favourite parts of making these videos. But yeah, Champions League, so far so good. On to the next one, even though we did draw. And I'll see you in the next episode, guys. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to like the video and have a good one. Goodbye.